Hey, what's up, people? How y'all doing? Y'all doing good? Child, it has been a day. Your girl has been busy as all get out. OMG. But, oh, do I have a show planned for y'all? I have um the bodacious, the beautiful, the crazy, the funny, the mess starter, the motivational speaker, the gold digger, Shira 7 supporter, sweet life of Atari.
That,
Hey, Atari.
that was beautiful. Especially you put my mentor at the end. I love that. Shout out to Shira 7.
What's going on, girl?
Nothing much. Just enjoying life and, happy to be here. I haven't been here since the Manosphere was popping. So I'm just so happy to be up here with you.
You know, girl, every now and then, some people have to do shit to bring it back. You know what I'm saying?
Period.
Uh, they need a mother, honey. Anywho, I thought you would be a really, really good person to have this conversation with. So, we waiting on the verdict from the Diddy trial and all of that good stuff. Or not just the Diddy trial, but whole culture has been a main space in the manosphere and just all around YouTube and everything. And I be having like all these thoughts and stuff, and I was like, I wonder who I could talk to about this because I was gonna do a stream by myself, and I was like, let me see if Atari would be down to have this conversation. And so, just to go over like the Diddy stuff, what do you think about all of that?
I'm excited. Like I'm hoping that they find him guilty on the RICO charge. Hopefully he gets life. Like it's very disturbing to, see him like beating that woman like that, and then just the countless allegations that he abused men, that he abused women, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, I just think it's horrible. I think he's a horrible person that basically needs to be off the streets. So I'm definitely hoping for a guilty verdict for him.
You're a Trump supporter, right?
I am. I like Trump.
Oh, what do you think of his allegations and stuff?
Well, you know what? I don't think that they are true, but I haven't really dug deep into it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see him mollywopping nobody on camera and dragging them by their hair and stuff like that, an innocent woman. I haven't seen that. I think he's saying that it's not true. I know that they trumped up a lot of charges and stuff against him, that they've dropped now. So I don't know.
Okay, okay, okay.
But how do you
Um,
feel about the Diddy stuff? What you hoping for?
I think Diddy is a monster. I think Diddy is a monster. I should just leave it at that. But of course, I'm going to offer you more of an opinion. I think Diddy is a monster, but the things that Cassie went through, I don't feel like she had to go through all of that. I think Cassie should have left a long time ago. And so, certain aspects of it, I feel like I was kind of looking at her kind of strange too. I do feel Diddy is a monster though, but it to me, I feel like you can have a person that's a monster, but I don't know if you've ever seen a victim also become a villain. And I think Cassie was in that situation for so long that she herself was also becoming a villain or did become a villain in certain aspects of it. So not as big as Diddy, but in her own right. But yeah.
Absolutely. It's just like a person being raised by, a narcissist. They probably turn into one. You know what I'm saying? Or
Hmm.
a gold digger. Like she probably done gave her heart to somebody, got it broken. They're like, okay, well now I'm just gonna go after the money now. So yeah, I do think certain situations turn you into stuff. So yeah, it probably made Cassie a little bit more harder after.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I got my handy notebook here. I wrote some questions. How do you has whole culture failed Black women?
Okay, so I can answer.
Hmm.
Yeah, okay. Let me get my handy dandy notebook. No, okay, so this is what I wrote. This only thing that I wrote was has 304 culture failed Black women? Okay, so two questions, but we don't have to answer them until I'm finished. I just kind of want to know, like, what are we considering to be 304? 304. What are we considering to be 304 culture? Also, a Black woman. Let me see. Okay, and then I want to know, who are Black women losing to? Are we saying that they're losing compared to Black men, or who are we saying that Black women are losing compared to?
Okay.
So
So,
basically, hold on, let me just finish it. So to answer the question, has 304 culture failed Black women? I believe absolutely not, because even in 304 culture, Black women are the most educated. Black women are starting the most
that's not
small.
true.
Okay, yeah, you can debunk anything, but just
Okay,
I just
I
want to
got
get
you.
it
I'm
out
gonna
without
I'm
me
gonna let
interrupting.
you.
Okay.
Got you.
Okay. So yeah, so to answer the question, I'm gonna say absolutely it's not failing Black women at all, because even in 304 culture, Black women are the most educated. Black women are starting the most small businesses. Black women have a 9 foot statue in the middle of Times Square. We have the president of the United States of America, who just basically stopped everything that he was doing to compliment this beautiful, what to call it, this beautiful dark skinned Black lady, beautiful. Black women are winning, okay, because she have decentered men. Black women have decentered relationships and marriage, and Black women are winning. Let's see, and if Oh yeah, and then if she does give a man a time of day, she's requiring him to be a provider. Black women are winning because they are no longer race loyal to a group of men who is number one to be in prison, who's the least employed out of all of the races. They're making the least amount of money. The men to abandon their children and don't want to pay child support. Black women are basically decensoring Black men, and they are opening up their dating options. So that's definitely a win. They're dating outside of their race. And the exception to this, of what I'm saying, is that not every Black woman can stop worshiping men, okay, and think and act like the winning Black women. So I don't identify with the small group of losing Black women, okay. I feel no secondhand embarrassment for any of the anecdotal things that they do or nothing like that. I definitely separate myself from the pick me Black women, and I don't identify with anything that they're doing. But I said all that to say that Black women are winning in whole culture, in this culture or that culture. We are definitely winning.
Okay. That's pretty robust.
Period.
That's pretty robust. Okay. So Black women are actually not the most educated. Black women are more educated than Black men because more Black women are in school than Black men.
That's what I'm
But
saying. Who's we comparing it to? Just
well,
everybody in general, or to Black
when
men?
we say that Black women are the most educated, we say it in a very generalized, broad term. So when we say it, we're saying it versus everybody. And that's not true. Actually, Asian women are the most educated,
So you're
right?
saying Black women are more educated than Black men only? No other group of people?
They're in college more than black men, but they're in comparison to other groups, no.
Okay, so we just win it compared to Black men
Well, I won't necessarily say winning,
as far as
just
the education.
in school more than black men, because I feel like if a person has a trade and they're able to make money with less debt, to me that things like that do count. But black women are in school more than black men, but as far as being educated or the most educated against, and I'm comparing us against other groups of women, and it's basically us against other groups of women. I don't think that black women should be compared to black men. I think that's a lot of the problem now. We try to compare ourselves to black men, and we shouldn't be compared, more so than we should be taken care of. What do you think about that?
I mean, I think it's powerful if we can outdo a group that's supposed to be doing better than us because this world is set up for men to win and we have outdone them. I think that we should look at that and we should pat ourselves on the back to be able to say that we're outdoing that group of people. Yeah. So even so, if we're up under everybody else, but we have outdid one group of people, I think that we should definitely be patting ourselves on the back for that.
Okay, so you feel like black women should compete with black men?
Not necessarily compete, but I mean, if just
Well, that was a talking point of yours, so that's why I'm wondering. When you say we should be happy to be outdoing, that sounds like you want to be in competition or you want to throw it in their face like, yeah, I won. I beat you at this.
Well, I think just by us doing us, just by a woman saying, I want to go to school to be a doctor, I want to go to school to be XYZ element of P, or I want to open up a small business, just by us existing is outdoing them. So I don't think that we set out to say, hey, we want more degrees than black men. Hey, we want more businesses than black men. I think it's just happened with us existing and maybe them like kind of being low effort to do those things.
Okay. Okay. Um, do you think that that 9 foot statue, do you think that was a good representation of black women?
I think just the fact that it's a black woman and she's there, she's tall, she's seen. I seen all races, Asian women, Mexican women, white men going taking pictures. It was like everybody was pretty much in awe of it. I didn't hear anything negative about the statue, besides black men and maybe the women who identify with the black men. But I thought it was very cool. I thought it was a very good. Yeah, I think she was a good representation of black women.
Do you think most black women look like her?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
What do you think? Do you think they do?
I honestly think they do. I didn't understand why there was so much pushback or why everybody was so mad that um
Especially from the men because they've been running around, especially
uh,
in
I saw more women pissed off about it than I did men. And it was weird that the women were so upset about it. And I'm like, well, the average black woman looks like that. So I
absolutely.
didn't understand what the problem was. Because if we great and we everything that we say we are, then even in big girl, little girl body, you still have to have some traits that not that you would necessarily have to be able to bring to the table, but um aspects of we bigger women and we're the biggest women. And so being the biggest woman, you have to have other things to kind of back you up, even though I don't feel like we should be the biggest woman either. But we are, and it is what it is.
We
But
are. I mean, that's Big Mama. That's a representation of a lot of people's grandmothers' body type, and you know what I'm saying. Like, that's a woman who probably had several kids, and just didn't have the education of maybe the other races of women, or maybe just did not have the leisure time. You know what I'm saying, to be able to get into the gym. Like maybe other groups of men would probably provide all of the household bills and stuff for like their women, and we had to go out there and work just as hard as black men. When we was race loyal, we had to get out there and work just as hard. So who got time to worry about being in shape and stuff like that? You know what I'm saying? So
I don't. Well, the thing is too, though. I think that we say that a lot of other races of women don't work, but I think so.
I look at movies like The Help. I look at movies like The Help when the
Well,
women.
let
Okay.
me finish my point. My point was going to be that when it came down to um aspects of how we look and what attributes to that, I was going to say that um where most of us are located, the types of food that they put into our neighborhoods, what they put in our grocery stores, a lot of neighborhoods have what's called food deserts. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
Okay, so a food desert, have you ever seen a place where there's a lot of Dollar Generals?
Yes.
A lot of Dollar Generals, a lot of Family Dollars, right?
Hmm.
If you go into those stores don't generally offer like fresh produce and stuff like that. They offer a lot of bullshit. And then the thing is, I think there are more women working out than ever, more black women in the gym than ever.
And that
But
might be thanks to hoe culture.
I would actually say that that's part of a benefit. If we want to be honest, I would say that that is part of the benefit. But um I being a bigger black woman myself, I really don't have any excuse. I don't have any excuse. I'm just
Right, and then
me.
like we can go back to like slavery or whenever they gave us the worst part of the meats. Not only that, by us being race loyal and talking to the black men, they really didn't have a lot of money like other races of men. So we had to do with whatever scraps and stuff that we was given. We had to make ends and stuff stretch. Women now are getting smarter, not having 5 and 6 kids. You know what I'm saying? Like we're stopping at one or two or whatever the case may be. So just talk about it was just bad habits, just poor people have to eat poor foods. They probably make you gain a lot of weight, versus having all of that money to choose healthier options.
I want to get back to something that you said as far as like with the pick me's and stuff like that, right?
Oh,
And you always talk about the pick me's. What's a pick me to you?
a pick me is a woman who basically, and it's I don't think it's her fault. I think it's just basically being raised up with religion and a patriarchy and stuff like that, where they was taught that man is basically God, and we have to basically worship our these men. And horribly, like, even let's talk about black women being in the black community, like they felt like the white man was out to get them. So it was like, we have to hold them down, we have to help them, looking so hard out there for them. We kind of forgot about ourselves, and we was more focused on making sure that the men survived, and that I think we were just thinking that one of them was going to be the next Martin Luther King. So it was like we really didn't care about ourselves. So thanks to quote unquote whole culture or whatever you want to call it, women are basically censoring themselves. I don't know if I answered your question or not, but I think the focus is on us versus on let's help this man up, let's build with him, let's turn, protect
Is there
him.
any? But wouldn't you think that most women is a man away from being a pick me?
I don't know, because I would say the pick me is still stuck in the olden days, where it's like I have to help this man. Forget my business, forget my career. We could talk about waiting, not wait to exhale, but I think it was wait to exhale, where the lady built up this man's business only to get left for a white woman or whatever case may be. Like her, everything is pouring into the man, and that's kind of what I see pick me's doing. Like as far as their opinion,
Well, I was going to ask because a lot of times there's no real focus on what a man pours into a woman unless we're bragging about it, right? Um, my, and it gets interesting to me because when you have a woman and she support her man and she's doing everything she's quote unquote supposed to do by her man, and and then if she stands up for what's right, most women be like, "You're a pick me, you're a pick me, you betrayed your gender," and I've heard you say stuff like, "You betrayed your gender," and I'm always kind of looking because I'm like, okay, the thing that I do know, if shit was to go down, women wouldn't be able to protect me, right? Only
with
men would be able to
firearms.
protect me from men.
Even with pow pows, I don't know if we can say it on here, but with firearms, we can't protect you.
No, because the thing is, most women don't go to practice enough. Women are quicker to get guns taken away from them. You keep in mind, I was in the military and a sharpshooter at that.
Okay,
And I'm saying this as a
girl.
woman. Most women are quick to get guns taken away from them, are not necessarily quick on the draw. And it's not like we're running around in mini militias going to gun practice once a week and running through obstacle courses, nor do we have the physical strength to overpower men. And then, when it comes down to like strong men, if we carrying a little ass gun, it ain't like we running around with
I
assault
don't think no
rifles.
man is stronger than a gun. I don't see
I
that.
won't say that a man is stronger than a gun, but if you running around with a little 22, he probably would survive that. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, I even if women had with firearms, I still don't think it would be if men today wanted to take over everything and wanted to get women, we would need other men to protect us from men. We women wouldn't be able to protect us from men.
But what if we had all of the weapons and then, and the men just had their strength? Like, we would definitely win.
Yeah, but that's not
There
reality.
you go. Like, everything is pretty much hypothetically. But yeah, I think
Yeah.
there's men who would stand up and help women. Like, that's probably how we got our rights and our freedoms, because there were great men, who stood up and probably helped the feminism movement.
Yeah. And so it's interesting because I see a lot of people talk a lot of crap about men, but it had to be men to stand up for us to even have these rights in the first place.
Right, they shouldn't be talking crap about them, because men are great providers. You know what I'm saying? Like, they make the whole culture go around. Like, they're funding the OF girls, they're funding the gold diggers. Like, yeah, men are awesome.
Do you think whole culture gives women a false sense of freedom?
A false sense of freedom. I
Hmm.
mean, I feel like either you're free or not. So I don't know. I don't understand the question.
Do you okay? So do you think that women are free?
Um, Yes, to a certain extent. Yeah, women are pretty much free. Like, they're definitely rolling back our rights, like, as far as not giving us the freedom to choose, what to do with our bodies, like, as far as we want to carry or not. Um, yeah, so they're trying to roll it back, but right now, besides that being taken away from us, we're 100% free. Yeah.
Okay, with when it comes down to freedom, and let's talk about sexual freedom, right? The freedom that we basically see women that most women want is the right to kill babies or to shake their ass naked somewhere. Would you agree with that?
Yes, and they have that right, unless they take it away legally. So we still have the right to get naked and shake our behind. But thanks to men needing this control, because that's what we naturally want to do. Is get rid of the baby, whatever case may be. But yeah, but as far as shaking your butt, we still have that freedom. So that's why you still see women doing that. But if we had the freedom to get rid of the blood clot or whatever case may be, we would still be doing that too. So they have to like, we didn't have the right to vote, to buy property and stuff. That they had to literally take that away from us. As soon as we got the right to divorce, women went out in droves and divorced. So they have to remove our rights. But what we would naturally do is what we're doing now, and it's being free.
And you think that's benefited women overall?
Absolutely,
You
absolutely,
don't
and,
think
and
there's
it's a
been any
choice, and it's a
repercussion?
choice.
Let me
Uh-huh.
ask you a question. You don't think there's been any negative repercussions from our freedoms as women?
Do I? Okay, I really want to think hard about this, but and I don't want to be unfair and say no, but that's the only answer I can think of, is I don't see it at all. What negative?
Okay,
I mean,
so
anecdotal situations maybe, but just overall and whole, no. Women are wearing whatever type of hair color they want, the eyelashes they want, they dressing how they want, and the laws on our side to where nobody can just do anything to us. So
it's interesting because you say that, but I'm always kind of seeing women crying and complaining about them not being able to get the men that they want, not being able to get into the places that they want to get into. I feel women are depressed and upset because they're not necessarily, and I'm talking about black women. Black women feel like they're not accepted by everybody. You'll
yeah.
never see you. Do you see
So I mean,
aspects of
that's a
that?
self to me. That's a self love issue. You know what I'm saying? If you're looking for somebody to accept you outside of you accepting yourself, outside of you getting in the mirror and validating yourself, that's why I say I don't identify with all black women. You know what I'm saying? So of course we have so many anecdotal situations to where a woman will come online. She's still wrapped up in the old belief that you have to have a man, that she's nothing without a man. She's nobody unless she's married.
Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Slow down, Atari. You like having men, right?
Do I like having men?
Yeah.
I like providers, yeah.
You like having men, right?
Providers. I can't I
I'm,
can't
I'm
date I
not.
can't take a man
No,
without
no.
money.
So let's just say providers. I don't. I'm not gonna sit here and say you want any and every type of ratchet ass dude or whatever.
Yeah, because that'll be easy for me. I can go sleep with 100 men a day if that was the case. But no, I'm very picky as far as, yeah, they gotta come with that money.
Really? Would
Absolutely.
you ever do a OnlyFans?
I mean, I might have a page.
You have an OnlyFans?
Yeah.
How many followers you got?
It's very small because I barely post, just like I barely post out here. So, I'm not consistent with too much of nothing except for doing hair.
What you be posting on your OnlyFans?
I mean, the private stuff, can get crazy, but
Can
just
get crazy. Like you. Is it cool?
somebody might have a picture of me. I don't.
Ah!
But it's innocent fun. It's a part of freedom. It's, you know what I'm saying. It's
Do you feel like there
financially.
would be any repercussions from like if your kids found out, or do they know?
No, I don't think that they know, but I wouldn't care. Like, as far as if somebody seen a picture or whatever the case may be. Like, if I seen a picture of my mom like that, I will hurry up and click off or whatever the case may be. Like, I wouldn't want to see it, but it's just like, okay, well, she was grown. How did I get to this world? You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you a question. So, let's say you seem like you're gonna be an entrepreneur forever. I don't. Do you see yourself on like a regular 9 to 5 job or whatever?
I don't want to, but if I have to, then I'll do what I have to do. But no, I want to definitely work for myself forever.
Okay. If it came down to you having to get a 9 to 5 job and that hindered and they did a internet search and they found you and that hindered your chances, would you be regretful of that?
No. I mean, it's just I feel like some things are not meant to be, you know. But if I knew that I didn't have the talent of doing hair, and I had to solely rely on a boss to hire me, then I probably would make different choices. I probably, probably wouldn't even have a YouTube channel or whatever case may be. But yeah. So I think that is something to think about, especially if you're trying to climb some type of corporate ladder or whatever the case may be. Yeah. Wear a mask or wear shades or something like that when you do it. Use a fake name.
I'm sorry, I'm not gonna do this with you. I'm sorry, they saying drop the link so they can subscribe. I'm just
Sweet, sweet life of Atari. I don't know how to do.
on
All I
OnlyFans.
see, I mean, I just see just me and you on the screen. I don't. I'm on my phone, so I don't know how to do. I don't even see the comments in the chat.
If you go on StreamYards, you can press the comments or whatever, but you should be able to see the comments because they popping up, child. Um Atari.
Okay.
Okay. Do you understand like the negative connotations that come along with doing OnlyFans, or and do you care?
No, I don't. I don't care. It's just like if I feel sexy in a dress or whatever case may be, and I want to take a picture, turned around backwards, or if I want to show a little cleavage on my Instagram, or if I want to, have a picture of me walking off or whatever case may be. Like, no, I feel like I'm not getting touched in this moment. Nobody is touching me. You know what I'm saying? It's just me in my home or me in my privacy doing whatever it is that I want to do.
Were you
So,
allowed to be
what
sexually expressive when you were
repercussions
younger?
was I allowed to be? I wasn't
Yeah.
molested or violated or
No,
nothing
no,
like
no. I'm
that.
saying like growing up because you're a woman of a certain age, right?
I am. I just turned 40.
You just turned 40.
Yes.
Do you feel like you competing with your daughters?
Absolutely. I have one daughter,
You
but
said absolutely?
I said, I mean, absolutely not. But I'm saying that
Oh.
I only have one daughter, so I want her to be 1,000% better than me in any type of way that she want to be. So never competing. Like, I always, like, when I'm doing hair and I have younger clients or whatever the case may be, and they're telling me that they're going through whatever they're going through with their dudes, where I always suggest them to Shira 7, sprinkle sprinkle. I always tell them that they can be the best. They don't have to settle for less and stuff like that. So yeah, I would never compete with the. I want the younger generation to do better than us, because we're coming from women who didn't have rights. We're coming from pick me women who felt like they literally needed a man, to now quote unquote whole culture, to where it's like, where their money at, and we want them to elevate and to continue to do better than us personally.
Okay. I want to talk about Shira 7 for a second. Right.
The queen.
So I know you're a huge fan of Shira 7's ideologies, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. Do you think Shira 7 has a scarcity mindset?
Scarcity.
Scarcity mindset.
Absolutely not. Anytime she's saying bypass all of these hundreds of men that come in your face and only go after the one who is willing to pay all of your bills, no. Like,
So you
okay.
would go with ugly, dumb, stupid, doesn't show you the amount of respect you deserve, all because he got the bag.
Um, I don't know about stupid. I mean, I don't know. She does suggest she suggests for you to go after old and ugly because it's easier. You know what I'm saying? It's like no woman is like showing them any type of attention. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then he does not probably want the old women that are in his age bracket. So he's like, you're a pretty young thing. I have the money. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to give you the attention. So it's like an easy target's the easy bag. You can play the golden game with a younger dude, but it's like he still has attention from other women. So it's just like, why waste your time when you can get the money from, the sugar daddies?
So, she was with James, and at least it used to look like that. I don't know if they still together. Um,
I was just watching a live. He brought her some fruits and stuff while she was on live. Yeah, they're still together.
okay, well, they're still together. Okay. Do you think Shira loves James?
I think that she loves the fact that he's a great father, the fact that he has never required her to work, the fact that he was able to let her start her, YouTube and just make a beautiful following and teach, so like literally change a generation of women if you ask me. Like Lizzo has reached out to her. What's her name? Dang, I can't think of the
Summer
other, but
Walker.
celebrities have. Summer Walker has reached out to her, basically praising her and thanking her for opening up her eyes on so many things. So it's gonna change music. It's gonna change so much. Like Shira 7 has been nothing but a blessing. We would have never got this information from our pick me moms. Who
So
needed
let
a
me
man.
ask you a question. Actually, I don't know. My mom told me a lot of the same things that Shira talk about.
Girl, well, you lucky.
But at the same token, when so I kind of look at it in two ways, right? I think Shira 7 kind of levels the playing field when it comes down to men and women. At one point, women would be like, "Ew, he ugly. Ew, he wear this. Ew, he don't do this. Ew, he act like this. Ooh, he don't drive a Maserati. He ain't got no Benz. He ain't wearing no Gucci. Yuck, I don't like him." And she's saying he got a social security check, a VA disability check. He crippled, blind, and he like you. You should go.
Yeah, so if you don't have any money or if you don't have anything to offer, then it's still get your ugly self away from me. But if you are not only have the money and you're willing to give that money, you're generous with your money, then yeah, you can look at him in a different lens. You know what I'm saying? But if you ugly and dusty and raggedy and you ain't got a pot to piss in, then yeah, still yuck, get your dusty self away from me. But if you got the money, you're willing to spend it in, absolutely.
So it's basically, do you think Shira is teaching women to sell themselves to the highest bidder?
Well, I think Shira 7, she does not believe in selling yourself to the highest bidder. Like as far as she is against escorting, she is against, I never heard like praise OnlyFans and nothing like that. Like she wants you to go out and find you a lifetime provider like she has with James. So she's just saying before you marry, make sure this dude can basically provide, all of the bills and make sure he can put money into your pockets and take care of a family. Kind of like the same stuff that Kevin Samuels was saying.
Let
She's
me
like,
ask you, why do
uh,
you think she's still married?
she said because she mean. I don't know.
Well, the thing
She keep her
is,
husband
if
on his toes.
but the thing is, if she's making all this money and she works every day, we see Shira 7 every day. Shira's on a bunch of different platforms. She's on YouTube, she's on TikTok. I've seen her post on Instagram. I've seen her with a couple of endorsements. She's getting the free products, whatnot. You don't think she's making enough money to just be a single woman and live life as a happy woman?
Absolutely. And she may be doing that while he's still in the household. You have to think they still have daughters. One just graduated, one is about to graduate. So just maybe the stability of, because there are a lot of married
It
couples
sounds like
who
she's a pick me though.
hold on, we're gonna get there, but let me just finish my thought out. But we have a lot of married couples out here where this woman stays in this bedroom, the man stays in this bedroom, she's doing her thing, he's doing his thing, but the children are, they don't have to have their life change to where they only see mommy when they wake up. She has an environment for her girls where they can wake up and see mommy and daddy. So I snatched that from them, at this age.
It's not necessarily about snatching it from them, but if
And
you
is she gonna get any benefits if he die? Like as far as owning the house, does he have any like 401ks? Does he have any life insurances? Like what like she and there may be another benefit of why she's staying. You know what I'm saying? She's been in it for the long haul. Why jump out of it? Because he's much, much older than her. He probably is about to be knocking on 70 years old. So whenever he does die, I don't know if she's going to have a major $1 million life insurance policy. I don't know like what's going to go on. And I don't wish nothing bad on him. Hopefully he lived to 1 million, but you know.
and shout out to Wu Said It. Wu Said It made a great point. You have to be a pick me to get to the money. What do you think about that? Because
Yeah,
if
I
we,
want. Okay, let's go back to that because you said she was being a pick me. So let's because so we don't
yeah,
know the
that's what
definition
it's
of a pick
giving.
me. We obviously don't know the definition of pick me. So
No,
what do
no,
you think?
let me give you the definition then before you go.
Okay, you're
So, if you are dealing with a man that you really don't like, you really don't enjoy his company, you don't want to be around him, but you know he got you know you cringe when he comes to touch you and while in that box, you cringe, you looking crazy, you got a headache, you on your period every other night. You don't really like him, but he can provide. You don't even get hot for him, so to speak. And but he can provide. And if you're saying to get with him for the money, and she's saying get with him because he can provide, then that is actually being the real pick me because you're not doing it on your own terms. Being a pick me to me is doing stuff to get to a certain thing, but you're not doing it on your own terms. You doing it um for a means to an end, but it's not the whole means to an end. You're not getting everything you want out of the situation. And what I'm saying is you can deal with somebody that's not making the money. You also have to make money, but you can like him, you can like his company, he can like your company, he respects you, you respect him, versus it being like it almost seems like a lavender marriage. You know what I mean?
Okay, so my definition of a pick me will be a woman who is obsessed. Like this is her dream man that she wants. So anytime you're talking about a woman who's using a man for his money, anytime you're talking about a woman who is strategically dating a man for his money, I don't see pick me in there at all. Okay. So as far as a pick me in my brain is a woman who goes after looks, he got to be fine, he got to be this, he don't have to have a pot to piss in, he don't have to give her a dime. She's a lot of times willing to take him in and take up care of him. It's all about her whole world is happy because she's making him happy. She's in there cooking, cleaning for this man. Like she's changing her whole life around to make sure that this man is happy. Now a woman who just sitting back somewhere who gonna get this man that she's not attracted to some every now and then because he buy her a nice present or whatever the case may be, who is still out enjoying her life and doing whatever she want to do, don't care nothing about making him no meal, don't care nothing about scrubbing his drawers, don't care nothing about none of that stuff. To me, that is definitely the opposite of a pick me. A pick me is somebody who is too attracted to the man. A pick me is somebody who don't care nothing about keeping herself up. She want to make sure that that man is straight. So yeah, I don't like we got two
It's
totally different.
interesting.
We got different definitions of pick me, definitely.
No, well, the thing is, I think my definition of pick me, just like Shira's definition of pick me, is almost a prostitute. Cause if you having to lay down
That's
with
not
a
Shira
guy,
Seven's definition of pick me. It's not a
hold on,
prostitute. But no, I
let
mean
me
I don't
finish
want you to
my
tell no
point.
stories on Shira now. She ain't
Hold
no
on, let
big
me finish my
prostitute.
point. If she's encouraging young women to go lay down, sleep with, be with men that they are not attracted to, men that they don't respect like that, all it boils down to is the man having a bag and him being able to provide. Then it's more like you being like a hoe, and you being a hoe to get to this bag, when the thing is a lot of
Yeah,
women be
call her
having the money and still
304.
be miserable.
Yeah, call her
I'm
304.
not calling her a 304, but I'm
You can't
saying
call you cannot call her a pick
I'm
me.
not
A pick
calling
me is
her a
attracted to
304. I'm
okay.
not calling her a 304 because I don't know that woman's business.
I'm not talking about her. I'm just saying any woman who has that ideology. But I'm saying that to me
To
that would
me,
be more.
but that's
It's more
exactly what a whore
respectable, in my
is.
opinion, to be called a 304 than to be called a pick me because a pick me, she busted it open for her man or whoever she's attracted to for zero, for zilch. She still got to give get out there and work her fingers down to the bone. It ain't no sitting back, relaxing like Shira 7 and starting an internet business and changing the whole generation of women. It ain't none of that. You need to go out there and make sure you have half of that man's rent at the end of the month. That's what a
You
pick
gotta
me is to
have that
me.
man's rent, and
Or
then
all of it or half of it. And then you need to
all
have
of
his
it or
dinner
half
ready.
of it.
Yeah,
But
or and you need to have a dinner ready. Shira 7 don't have them problems.
she don't have them problems. But then when it comes down to actual attraction, wanting to be around a man, wanting that man to be around her, loving that man down to his draws,
Yeah, she don't
uh,
care about
uh
that.
yeah, I know. But what I'm saying is you kind of agree a lot with that ideology. And I think there's somewhere to kind of meet in the middle. It's like I wouldn't want to sleep with a man that I couldn't stand for the sake of being taken care of if he made me throw up.
It's women who sleep with men who go upside their head, who don't get them a dime, who watch them struggle.
I ain't
Ask
talking
they
about
fa-
them.
and I'm saying, but I'm just saying we gotta talk about all the women. But they're 3 or 4s for this man because he's still screwing them maybe 3 or 4 and 5 times a day, and she still gotta go ask her mama, her cousin, her sister, them for some money, and cannot ask this man that's screwing her for a dime. You know what I'm saying?
So
So
then it kind of
would I rather deal with an unattractive man? Heck yeah, than to deal with some bum? Absolutely not. Cause he fine? No.
So it really is just about having the money, just balling, having the money, being able to drive cars, live in nice houses, go to expensive restaurants,
The
buy nice
American
clothes.
dream. That's what men are chasing out here. That's what women are chasing. Everybody's chasing. How you get it is how you get it. You can go work your finger down to a bone. You can not ask the man for nothing. You can, you know what I'm saying, just do your thing. Or you can take your money, take care of a man, and still try to reach the American dream. Or you can do it the easy way, just go be a gold digger. I don't know.
When you talk about the American dream, what do you think about it in terms of it being women competing with women, men competing with men? What do you think about that in those terms?
I mean, like, black men are at the lowest when you talk about competing with other men. Is that what you mean? Or
I'm talking about black women. Let's leave black men.
oh, I thought you said men competing with men and
Yeah,
women
men
competing with
competing with
women.
men, women
So
competing
when you
with
talk about
women.
black men competing with other races of men, they would be at the bottom. But women competing with other races of women, I mean, I think
Wouldn't
everybody.
black women also be at the bottom?
I don't think that we're at the bottom because if you look on other TikTok or you look at the marriage rates or whatever the case may be, I think
We're at
that
the bottom,
women are just not in every race signing up for marriage. Like they just not
but we're at
interested
the
anymore.
bottom. We're at the bottom of that.
Yeah, probably thanks to our men.
They're more married than we are.
Yeah, because we don't want it no more. Because we don't want it no more. Like that's not a flex for black women anymore to be in a
You don't
marriage
think so?
or heck no. Hello,
You would
no.
rather, well, then,
Being married,
attorney,
being in a relationship, centering men. Have you not heard the movement decenter men out of your life? Like
I've
no,
heard it, but
women
I
can care
think
less about being
I
in a
only
marriage.
think that women have come up with that ideology because they haven't had men to treat them right. And I think women are one penis away, one vagina licking away, one good teddy bear and some candy and flowers away from saying F the whole movement. I honestly think that. I
Absolutely,
think
I
I honestly think that. I think if a woman was being
one
done
good
right,
bill
treated
paid, a couple of you gonna pay
gone.
my bills for the rest of my life. Yeah, okay. Now I'm gonna forget the no men movement. Yeah, come on, we can be together. But now you can keep your candy, you can keep your little bitty stuff that I can do for myself. But if you agree to pay all of my bills, make sure I have a vehicle to drive in, put me some change in my pocket. Okay, yeah, forget that movement.
Yeah, so then women aren't really true to that movement. It sound good in theory, but it's not true. The thing that I also think that now I have to give her credit because she does kind of even the playing field when it comes down to men and telling women how to pick. Now I agree with telling women to pick out providers. I think that's a good thing. I think that she tells women to pick out men that are ugly. She's actually telling women to pick their looks match. Most women don't look like the men that they most women think that they deserve better men than what they actually deserve. What do you think about that?
I think I've always dated quote unquote unattractive men, and
What
it just
happened?
I mean that
You
because
let an unattractive nigga play you?
no, not necessarily play me, but I'm just saying those type of men have been like super attracted to me, and I'm not just gonna holler at nobody. So it's like who I only like who likes me. You know what I'm saying?
So what
So,
happened with the ugly men?
child, I have no idea. We gotta
What you
go
was
there.
doing wrong?
I basically I'm trying to think of what situation we gonna talk about, child. But I'm saying that so a lot of times unattractive men are attracted to good looking women, and if the good looking woman want to go after that, then because I mean, pretty men probably want the woman to come up to them and talk to them. You know what I'm saying? Just, I'm not physical to holler at no dude, so.
But you let me so it gets weird to me,
But
right?
as long as I'm the good looking one, like I feel like Beyonce talked to Jay-Z. I think he's ugly. I seen what's her name? Janet Jackson talked to Jermaine Dupri. I think he's ugly. You know what I'm saying? So for those for me, as long as I'm the beautiful one on your arm, Beauty and the Beast, then I never cared about looks. I've never been a woman that's like, oh my gosh, she got green eyes and curly hair, and I'm just no. Like if
Have
you
you
sweat
ever
me,
been
I
with
like
a
you.
ugly dude and they still treated you like shit?
No, I don't think I've ever got treated like ish, but
Disrespected, cheated on, you know what I'm talking
cheated
about,
on,
girl.
but I feel like all men cheat, so yeah. But I think every single woman been cheated on, so that's like normal. It's extremely normal.
But you've dated ugly men and still have been done wrong by ugly men.
I mean, I feel like every man cheat, but as far as treating me sweet, treating me like, oh my gosh, you just the best thing that ever happened to me, and you know what I'm saying, like what you need, what you want, like I mean, I got that type of treatment, but yeah, of course, they young me and they gonna go out and do what they do. Until I found the Shira 7 knowledge. You know what I'm saying? It's like talk to older men and go after the money. So you never have to worry about getting your heart broke. You never have to worry about getting your feelings hurt. You
Wait,
if
wait,
they
wait, wait, what?
wait, what
Go
happened?
back to that, girl. You don't never have to worry about getting your heart broke or your
Right?
feelings
If
hurt
you if
because of
if you're
what?
focused on the money versus the love versus him being faithful, if you just focus on the money, then you don't have to worry about getting your heart broken. You just make sure he got your bag.
Let me ask you a question. Okay. Series of questions, actually. You dealing with a man, y'all having intercourse, y'all continue to have intercourse. You know something chemically happens inside of your body when that happens, right?
Okay.
So generally, when a woman is having sex, and especially if the man is ejaculating inside of her, she tends to get more bonded to this man. Princella taught you that, right? I'm just kidding.
But I debunked that, but I'm gonna let you go ahead and go.
Okay, most women get more attached to the man, especially if the man is doing those types of things, right? If he's coming inside of her, she gets more attached. She gets to wondering where he at, what he doing, going through his phone, trying to see what's up, following him around, where you at, why you ain't called me all day, la 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 la. That would be most women. Wouldn't you agree with that?
Okay, so we know that James ejaculated inside of Shira 7 because they got two babies. So my question is, why isn't she doing that for James? And
How do you know that she's not?
my other follow up question, I mean, proof. My other follow up proof would be, that we have prostitutes. You know what I'm saying? They're laying with maybe 10 men a day. Are they
Yeah,
are they
that's
beating their
different.
door? Are they beating their door down and saying, "Oh my
That's
gosh, you
different.
ejaculated inside of me, and I want to
I
be."
actually think that that's different. I think if you, the
How?
more, because if you have the same sperm ejaculated inside of you, plus consistency, plus you're seeing this person on a day to day basis, that person would
Yeah,
be more.
so I'm thinking it's more than the sperm. So you have to add in seeing them on day to day
Okay.
basis. Y'all have a bond together because if that was true, then the prostitutes will be in love with everybody that they mess with,
I
and
think
they
if
get
the
their money and
prostitutes
they
was
go on
continuing
home.
to see the same person every day,
There you
I
go.
think
So
that
it's more to that than just ejaculate. The nut don't do nothing, child.
you don't think so.
Obviously not because we have prostitutes. So obviously not.
I'm saying I think we're kind of talking on two different parallels. So I'm saying that
I'm
if
specifically talking about the nut.
yeah, I'm talking about the nut. Let me get my point out,
Okay,
girl.
okay, okay, my bad.
So I'm saying if a woman lays with the same man every day, he laying up with her, they dealing with each other. She is more susceptible to get her feelings hurt. I don't care if the man providing, not providing. If he providing, especially if he providing, and she laying up with him, and she found out that he was doing this, that, and the third. You telling me that you don't think Shira 7 ever got her feelings hurt if she when she found out James probably cheated on her?
I don't think so because Shira 7 messages that all men cheat too. So
All
yeah.
men cheat don't mean that you ain't hurt by the cheating.
I mean, if I'm expecting it to happen, then of course I'm not hurt by it. That's just like a man who
Really?
got. That's just like a man who got several wives or several women or whatever the case may be. Or the wives sad and oh my gosh, she with the next woman tonight. Like no, like you have an understanding of you have a reality. The people who get their heart broken is the women who believe in love, who believe that men are supposed to be faithful and men are supposed to be this. And then when they they be themselves and be the cheating people that they are, and then it's devastating because no wives are really being truthful about if their husbands are cheating or not. No girlfriends are being truthful if their boyfriend is cheating on them or not. They act like they're, you know what I'm saying? They don't really tell people that, hey, this man is cheating on me. So when you have a woman like Shira 7 saying that all men cheat, and then you get in the situation fully knowing that this person is going to be a man and going to cheat on you, when it happens, then you ain't gonna care. Just like the women who, just like
Just
the
as
men who
long
got
as you get
several,
into the bag.
just like the man who got several wives, them women do not care.
Do you think that whole
And
culture
she's seeing them every day, and
do
he
you,
ejaculating in her a lot. So
so
that's debunked.
so okay. Do you think whole culture makes men resent women?
I'm not one to care about how the men feel. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, they can. Like I've seen the red pill rage. I've seen the men begging women to go back to the 50s and care about us and not just our money anymore. Like I'm in a space, so I see them crying about it. But I mean, what can they do about it? Like they can't do nothing about it. Like we have 911, so they can resent us all day long. It doesn't affect us at all. Do you think they resent women? And if so, why should we care?
I think they do resent women to a certain degree. It's like I think men are kind of conflicted when it comes down to it. I think that men like hoes for the usage of hoes, but when the actual act is over and the hoe doesn't want to be with them, I think that they resent that aspect of it. Or I think that they resent the aspect that a woman can get sex with no problem and have somebody pay her for it, but they don't have the same rights or they don't have the same privileges. So I think that they do resent us, not us, but hoes.
Yeah,
That's
I
a
mean,
terrible switch.
but that's what they get. You know what I'm saying? Like you should have came here a woman. So like, no, you
Oh,
don't have the benefits of us. You don't have a cooch, unfortunately. So yes, like if we wanted to, we can sleep with 100 men a day, but we don't choose to. So if we do sleep with somebody, we get some benefit out of it. Then I mean, all you can do is really sit back and be mad. All you can really do is just sit back and cry about it. There's nothing you can do about it but accept it. Accept it. Don't try to shame, blame, and explain the woman out of her rights to get money from the from the guys. You know what I'm saying? And if you want a woman, stop crying about it. Get your money up and go pay her. It's very simple. It's nothing to be mad about. You just have to accept this is the way things are. You know what I'm saying?
wow. Atari.
Yeah.
Do you think whole culture has gone too far? And I think I asked you this already, but there was something else that I wanted to get to. Girl, I didn't ran out of breath because Atari, you make me tired.
I love
I
it.
be like I'll almost be speechless, like I don't even know what to say.
I
Like
love that.
what?
I love it. Absolutely love it.
Girl,
But I don't
well,
think. Okay,
go ahead, girl.
I was gonna say I don't think that whole culture has went too far. Like I love the eyelashes, I love the long weaves, I love the girls turning around taking the booty pictures. I love
But
just
why are you competing with somebody
when you say I'm
that's have
competing.
yeah, I would say that if you on the internet trying to get attention and you way past your prime,
hmm
what's the
I'm
point in you doing it when you ain't even garnering the same attention as a young girl? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I feel like young girls should have their time, older women should have their time to dominate their lane. But I
Well,
feel like as older women are trying to stick it in the young girl lane. And it's like the you trying to compete, y'all competing for the same men. You
absolutely
competing for the
not.
attention. Yeah, if
If
you
she
over
want to talk
bending
to a
over
16
shaking
year
your
old, if
ass,
this
hold
man want,
on,
if
hold
she
on.
want to
If
compete
you
for a
over there
16 year
shaking your
old,
ass on the internet and you shaking your ass and you trying to show out, that's you doing something for attention. If you're trying to compete for attention, shouldn't you be out of a certain phase at a certain age?
So I can tell you from my own, because I mean you can look at any older woman and you can assume that, oh my gosh, she wanted to steal all of the young men from the young women. You have that right to look and assume, but I can tell you from my perspective, when I show a little cleavage or when I show a little bum bum, you know what I'm saying? It's because I'm enjoying and loving my 40-year-old body. I'm enjoying and I'm loving. I could be well out of shape. I could be looking a mess. I could be not the same reason why I put on makeup. The
You
same
loving your 40-year-old body. Why do you have to show everybody that?
because it's mine and because I have a choice. Do you want to cover up and take a picture or do you want to show this off? I have a choice. I do not want no young woman to feel any type of way about what I do. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no older woman to feel, I don't want any woman to look at my pictures and feel horrible about
But
themselves or nothing.
are you doing it for men?
I'm doing it for myself.
But
I'm
you're doing
doing
it for the attention though, right?
If you can ask me a question or you can assume, you got both
I'm
options. So
asking.
so so
So are
my
you
so
doing
to,
it for
so my
attention?
honest answer so my honest answer is I don't need any attention. I don't need not one like on none of my pictures. If I'm looking at my body in the mirror, if I'm looking at my face in the mirror and I'm like, oh my gosh, I love what I see, let me capture this and let me put it out there. I'm going to love when my homegirl go up under that picture like, oh friend, you fine. I'm loving all of that. Or nobody don't have to say nothing to me. I bet the picture still gonna stay up because I like it, because this is a memory. Next year I'm gonna be 41. In 10 years I'm gonna be 50. Then I'm gonna be 60. If I'm still looking to where I'm loving myself in the mirror, it's never going to stop. I'm gonna continue to capture my beauty. You know what I'm saying? So it don't have nothing to do with no other woman. You know what I'm saying? It's just the mindset. Like I apologize if a woman see me and feel some type of way, but I'm never gonna look at a Ari or any type of young woman or something like that and be like, I'm gonna be like, girl, you look good in that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna be the woman that's complimenting the young girls. I'm gonna be the woman that's complimenting the lady with gray hair who can wear a bikini or whatever case may be. That's how I view. I don't look at any woman as a competition. And I only see myself. That's it.
Interesting stuff, Atari. Interesting stuff. I think that um it gets to a point now where everybody's trying to merge in ages, so to speak. And so the mindset seemed to be I'ma shake it like these young girls ain't got shit on me. I'ma shake my ass too. I could get this long weave down to my ass. I can get a 30-inch bust down. I could afford to do it. I could afford to be like this. So I'm doing it like this. Dating, da, da, da. And you're saying that you compare yourself to other women?
I think that's a very sad mindset. Like, even if we're talking about two 20-year-old girls, even if we're talking about two 30-year-old women, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would never want another woman to look at another woman, compare herself, because she might have a big booty. You may have a little booty. She may have big breasts. You may have little breasts. I want you to look in the mirror with all of your glory and find the beauty in that. I want you to be able to snap a picture just as beautiful as this girl who have, these futures, or you know what I'm saying, whatever the case may be. Absolutely, I'm never in competition with another woman, and I think that's just it's sad for any woman to be in competition with any woman. I think we should all look at other women and uplift, and I'm scared of women who would who would feel any type of competition or secretly hate or anything like they do have
But
those women.
you've gone through that though, right?
What you mean?
You've gone through where women have hated on you, right?
Not that I really know of.
No, Atari, I done seen you make posts like as of recent where
Okay, let's hear, because I'm trying to see.
I don't know. I done read a couple of posts from you where I think it was somebody that was supposed to be your friend. They betrayed you, la 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 la. Or I think you said something about a woman being jealous of you, been your friend for however long, and then you find out they jealous of you or something. I don't know. Maybe I was reading
Absolutely. Yeah,
somebody.
I was talking about a family member, and it was like when we got into it, she said a whole bunch of horrible things about me, and I never knew that she felt that way about me. You know what I'm saying? So I was talking about a family member, you know what I'm saying? But I will say that when I was a teenager, I was over to one of my friends' house, right? And people probably did not find her to be the cutest, but whatever the case may be, I was in the mirror, putting
People
on my
didn't find
lipstick.
her to be the cutest. Was she cute?
I don't know, like
Nah, then.
I I just see myself. hold on, let me finish this little story. But I was looking in the mirror. I ain't wear makeup back then or whatever. I was just put on my little lip gloss and just staring in the mirror. And she was like, "Why are you staring in the mirror like that?" She was earning her clothes so we can go outside and whatever. And then she looked at me. She was like, "I will burn you in the face with this iron."
She said that to you?
She said that to me. And when I tell you I got out that mirror so fast and I called my ride and I believed everything that she said. So it's very scary for women to even have that mindset. And a lot of times we don't know because they'll play in your face, but sometimes they'll just have to let it out. If y'all get into it or something like that, she gon' you know what I'm saying? Like, and I think those are like male identified people who really want the attention of males, but they see some women can get the attention of males really, really easy. That's why I say I don't identify with every single black woman. You need to look in the mirror and you need to understand that you are really going through some sick stuff. If you feel any type of competition with the next woman, you should be able to look at Beyonce and see how beautiful she is. You should be able to look at Taylor Swift and see how beautiful she is. You
the
should be
the problem is we can see the beauty in other women. When it comes down to women that are ugly and unattractive, we have problems with identifying that or even saying those things out loud, even though we have thought processes as such. Just like you thought your friend was facially not all the way there. You was like, but you know she ugly.
I mean, I think that you can find the beauty, and that's not my job to find the beauty in the next woman. But I'm saying but here's the thing: if I had her face, if I had her future, I would still mentally trick myself into believing that I was the baddest thing walking. You know what I'm saying? Like she could have zoomed in on her legs, she could have zoomed in on her cheekbone, she could have zoomed in on
Why didn't you help
anything.
her?
That wasn't my job. That's never my job.
Ain't it other women's job to empower
Heck
other women?
no, that's her job. That's her mama job. That ain't my job.
Are you the sisterhood?
I'm too busy. I'm not the sisterhood because you do have these.
What?
You do have these jealous women. You
Wait,
do
what?
that. You know what? Everybody that was in this space, I feel like everybody has grown and everybody has changed and everybody has changed
What?
their thought process. You don't think so?
Girl, I'm so glad I was such an influence on y'all.
Okay. Yeah, you are because I don't view every black woman as the same. You know what I'm saying? Like the people who align with like the sprinkle Shira 7 knowledge, you know what I'm saying? The people who can see the beauty in every single woman, the people who don't have to compare themselves to the younger generation. She taking all the men, she getting all the attention, she posting a picture to get attention. If that's not your mindset, then I rock with you. But any woman who can be like, oh, she putting this on just to get the attention of men, and she like that's the way you
But
think,
let me
baby.
ask
don't
you a
don't
question.
don't project your way of thinking onto me. I'm doing this because I like me.
But this is the thing. So I hear a lot of women say that they dress like this and they dress like that and da 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 da. And I'll keep it a buck with you. Like back when I was like fine, it was nothing for me to post a picture on Facebook, Instagram, or whatever to make sure I showed off that hip to ass ratio. But I
Period.
was trying to show off that hip to ass ratio so I could attract the opposite sex. Hey, babe. So I could find a man. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's why you was doing it.
Yeah.
Okay, and there's nothing wrong with saying that, but that does not have to be true for you. Don't have to project the reason why you post your pictures for the reason why other you it's everybody don't think the same. So therefore, some women may post pictures and
But
doing it
this
for
is the
likes.
thing that
Other women are
this is
doing
the
it
thing.
because they like the way they look,
But
and
this
they
is the
don't care
thing
who like it or not.
But this
Hmm.
is the thing that I'm talking about, right? So women do things for the male gaze and then stop realizing that they're doing things for the male gaze. You're doing things so that men will pay you attention. Hopefully, you can attract someone that's a provider that comes and sweeps you off your feet, takes you out, does whatever you want, whatever. But we're doing things for the male gaze. When we do sexy things, we say we're doing it for ourselves, and I'm not going to say that we're not doing it for ourselves, but usually we're doing it trying to attract the opposite sex. We want somebody to see it. When you be bending over shaking your ass, you be wanting somebody to see that shit, and it feels good when somebody compliments you and say, "Oh, that ass look fat and tired. Oh, shake it, girl." It feels good to be complimented, but it's kind of weird to me, like when you do things for the male gaze and then be like, I'm just doing it for myself. I don't care if nobody looking. I don't care if nobody. If you didn't care if anybody was looking, you went and posted. and you would be satisfied with what you got going on in the mirror at home to yourself, whatever, whatever. What do you
it's
think
it,
about that?
it's definitely a matter of opinion because before we had social media, like I love cameras. I love capturing myself. I got so many Polaroids and stuff of myself. So to be able to share this with on my page where I can go back and look at old, you know, say I don't have to keep these old photo books and stuff of me. I can go back and see my 25-year-old self. I can go back and see my 27, my 35-year-old self. I can go back and see my 40-year-old self. Like at the end of the day, I'm literally, no matter who believes it or not, I would not try to convince nobody till I'm blue and black in the face that that's not why I'm doing it. And I mean, it's not for me to explain it or to not explain it. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna get dressed up and go out and have me a good time. I don't care
Hmm.
if I don't care if I get one phone number while I'm at. I don't care if not one man walk up to me while I'm out. I know in my brain that I was the hottest thing in there. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how, that's my confidence. That's me validating myself. I will be a miserable person if I let men or women or anybody validate me and tell me, oh, I don't like that what you got. I don't like that color hair you got in. I don't like them eyelashes. I don't like that makeup. I will be miserable. But for me to be able to stand in the mirror and say, girl, you bad, you got it going on, and not care about now compliment and not care about,
I
but that's
disagree with
fine. You
that.
have your opinion. I understand
No,
like your
no.
mindset.
This is the thing that I'll say. Um, the thing is, you still, even in all of your individuality, and me just looking at your live streams and things that you've done, you still do a lot of cookie cutter things. So with the hair, when it comes down to the hair, you got the same weave. When it comes down to being sexy, you wearing the same type of sexy clothes. You're still doing things to kind of fit in to a certain degree. It's not like you off in left field and saying that, oh, I'm so confident, I'm doing this, that, and the third. You do a lot of cookie cutter shit. And I'm not saying it in a mean way at all. I'm just saying that you do a
Does
lot of the
cookie
same.
cutter mean trendy? Or I mean,
Yeah.
I never heard
Yeah.
that term,
Trendy.
cookie cutter.
Trendy cookie cutter, same
Yeah,
thing
so
to
if I
me.
was in the 50s, I would definitely want the hottest hairstyle that was in the 50s. If I was in the 60s, I definitely want to wear my makeup and my eye wing shadow or my whatever like the women are wearing then. I want to dress like those type of women. If I'm in 2025 and this is the way that the women are dressing, that's how I want to look. Like, I mean, I don't know what's wrong with following trends.
The it gets a little deep, child. But it's like you're still doing things to attract the male gaze
I
with
mean,
those
that will be
things.
your opinion. Like maybe because you do stuff that attract the male gaze, that's not why I do stuff. But you can, you get to have. I'm going to allow Sister George to say everything that I do it so I can attract the male gaze.
I
And
don't
that,
feel
and if
like
I don't get a male to give me a compliment, my day has gone horribly.
no,
If
no,
I don't
no.
attract the man,
This
if
is
a
the
man don't
thing.
compliment my picture, then my day is horribly. I
This
don't
is the
even like
thing.
myself.
This
Like,
is the thing. This is the thing. You can do stuff to attract the male gaze and still not receive the attention and accolades for it, and then say that you're doing it for yourself. You could do those things for and say that it's for yourself, but all
but
in
ain't
all,
I gonna feel
it is.
horrible if I set out, I put on this dress, I put on this red wig, I put on these long eyelashes, I put on these ghetto nails, I did all of this stuff to go out to attract the male gaze, and I don't get any attention. Isn't my feelings gonna be hurt? No, I wake up in the morning feeling good about myself. I go to bed at night feeling good about myself. I don't give a darn about a compliment. I don't give a darn about a male attention. I can care less, and that's just my honest opinion. I mean, that's my honest feeling. But I don't care about a man saying, "Oh, you wearing that little bitty dress because you want me to look at you." I don't care about the next woman saying, "Oh, you taking them pictures because you want." That's your opinion. But as long as I know within me, I validate myself and I'm doing it for myself. That's all that matters. But you are a human. You get to have whatever opinion you want to have about me. I'm gonna let you do that.
Let me answer this question for Wu. So Wu said it. She said, so what about fitness people that post, or what about married people that post couple pictures and etc.? What validation are they looking for? Um,
Good
so
question. What about the married people, women who take
so
the booty pictures?
I'm gonna get into it. It's still validation from your peers. It's still some type of validation. We do a lot of things for validation that we don't even realize that we do. When you post up a picture and you, especially with fitness pictures, if you post it up and you got them you know how you got them booty pants that kind of got the little scrunchy thing in the middle, and it's real cheekage, and so you can see the ass print like real good.
Fine.
And you turn around, you want somebody to see that, because if you didn't want anybody to see it, or if you didn't care about anybody seeing it, or if you weren't posted up, you're looking for validation every time you post up. And that's
I,
just the bottom line.
I
You're
think it's
looking for
projection.
validation.
I literally think that I think that you're projecting, but at the same time,
I'm not projecting. I don't think so.
we gotta look at Beyonce and Jay Z in the couple.
This is the
We
thing.
gotta look at Jay
And
Z and Beyonce.
hold on
I
a
don't
second.
think Beyonce
Hold
want no other
on.
man. Beyonce don't want no other
Hold
man.
on. Atari, I'm not even
Okay.
talking about that. I'm talking about, this is her next part of her question. She said, so then is wanting validation bad? Why are we condemning it? The problem is, well, I'm not condemning wanting validation. The problem is most women do things for validation and then deny that they're doing it for validation and try to say that they're doing it for something else. I'm not talking about you, Atari. Other people had that opinion too. But the thing that we do for attention, and matter of fact, let me get into it. Forget it. Let me get into it. When we do a lot of things for attention, especially women have filters, makeup, we get surgery, we got waist trainers, we got girdles, we got fajas, we got everything to alter our appearance. We get it. We're looking for this validation. This gets us a lot of validation. It gets men in our inboxes, it gets men calling us, it gets men trying to get with us, to sleep with us, whatever, right? When we do those things and we get all this attention, it kind of distorts the dating, because you have a group of women, because they're in makeup, fajas, waist trainers, booty lifts and shit. It makes them think that they're actually better than guys that don't have these things. A guy can't walk around in a full face of makeup and be like, oh, I'm out here. A woman could walk around in a face of makeup and then be looking down on a guy that and be telling a guy that he's not deserving of her, but she's got all this shit on and she thinks she's better than him. So I think that does
Is my
make
phone cutting out? Can you hear me, Sis George?
now I can hear you.
Okay, I can't hear.
Can
Okay,
you hear
having
me
trouble.
now?
Okay.
What about now? And like I said, I don't think wanting validation is bad. I think everybody wants validation, but we have a lot of tools and tricks to get the validation that we kind of seek out. I think we get a lot from the validation. Let me drop this link for Atari again if she want to come back up. Cause child, I think I done pissed Atari off. Atari, don't get mad, girl. Come on back up here. Um Cynical, you said a word. One thing I've noticed about pro women spaces is that a lot of women complain about women who love male validation. Meanwhile, they're entertaining men. Exactly. Atari, girl, you back.
I'm back.
Girl, I was like, don't run off. Don't get mad, Atari.
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. But I like the question that the lady had said before I lost connection. Yeah, and I just look at Beyonce and Jay-Z for an example. I feel like Beyonce is in a very happy relationship with him, but she still loves her 40-plus-year-old body, and she gonna show her booty off. You know what I'm saying? She gonna show that cleavage off. She gonna show her figure off. You know what I'm saying? So she doing it so she can get men to come in her inbox and take her out? Like, why is she doing it?
Beyonce still is still, well, we don't know what she's doing now, child, because she got another Beyonce is trying to make money, and Beyonce is an icon, and so Beyonce does things for attention as well. If Beyonce let her body go and was like, you know what, I just had these babies, I need some rest, I need to take some time off, I done got a little fat, yada yada yada. Beyonce, I honestly don't think she would ever be able to let herself do that, because she's so used to the validation from her audience and she craves that validation. Beyonce does like a lot of things for validation too. I
But I'm
mean,
saying,
I don't
is she
necessarily think
looking
it's wrong
for
with
the
it, but
man to come into is her is she looking to date more men? Is that why she's doing it, or because
no,
do you
she's
have
doing it for
why
money.
she's doing it for money?
Yeah.
But I'm saying you have women that are in relationships, like let's say Ari or whatever case may be. But I think, but
Who's
I don't.
Ari in a relationship with?
When she was with Moneybag Yo, or we could talk about any of the rappers' girlfriends, like they would still dress sexy, and they would still get a lot of attention or whatever the case may be. But I'm saying we supported Lizzo at her biggest, so I don't think if Beyonce let herself go, you know what I'm saying, that she was gonna lose any support. But
You don't think so?
no, I no.
It's interesting because Beyonce kind of carries herself a certain way, and she's not extra vocal nowadays, but I think if she got big or if she got fat, I think that would send her spiraling into a depression. Honestly, I think it would.
I
I think
think as a
Beyonce has
married,
presented, she's presented such an image that if she were to come back out and she was to be big and fat or whatever, I don't think she would be able to handle the backlash. And then we have to keep in mind, like, people are cruel and mean. So if she came back fat and people got to talking shit about her like they did Sierra. Mm.
but
And
yeah, I
so,
think as a 40 plus year old married woman, Beyonce has every right to come online and show her booty off. And I think that's true for every single woman, 40, 20, whatever age. You know what I'm saying? Like you have the right, it's your
but
page.
why?
You have the right to show it off because you
You
like the way
have the right to, but why?
you like the way you look. Other people can look at it and say it's for attention, but you like the way you look and you want to post it. You know what I'm saying?
For attention, right?
From I don't do it for attention.
So, say less has a good question. If a woman is with her dream man, well, I don't know if Sierra's if Russell Wilson is Sierra's dream man. I think Future was Sierra's dream man. Um, when Russell came out, Russell allows her a certain freedom, and she does a lot. But when she was with Future, she was covered up like a nun. Honey, don't look at me. I don't want you looking at me. I don't want you thinking about me. I don't want you touching me. Sierra was covered up when she was with Future. When she got with Russell Wilson, she was taking that shit off because she thinking that she could probably do better than Russell. Truth be told, I don't know. What you think
Shout
about
out,
that?
shout out to Russell Wilson. Like such a wonderful good man to step up, and you know what I'm saying. Like I think women like you like I think I used to hear the manosphere say like when you young and dumb, you don't really know any better. You don't know how to go after the provider, the man who gonna take care of you, the man that's not gonna be out here embarrassing you or whatever case may be. A lot of women will go after the thugs and the you know what I'm saying, the rappers or whatever the case may be. But I mean it's just a beautiful story of yeah, you can make a mistake and have a baby by a rapper or whatever the case, a player or whatever the case may be. But then it's always a rainbow on the other end. There's always somebody who's willing to step up and provide for you and to take care of you with kids or without kids. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's just the most beautiful love story that Black women can use as an example.
Are you dating anybody?
I got a little friend or whatever.
How long y'all been talking?
About a year,
Really? Are y'all gonna get married?
maybe.
You want to get married?
I mean, if the price is right.
Would you stop OnlyFans if he told you to?
No, I would never change who I am for a man ever. I would not if he didn't like what I had on, if he didn't like my hair, if he didn't like my makeup, if he didn't like my eyelashes.
No, it's a big difference between liking your hair and your makeup and shaking that ass for cash. There's a
Mm,
little difference, baby.
no, I wouldn't.
You
But
wouldn't
he don't
stop
have to.
OnlyFans?
I'll probably do a secret page.
Why would you do that?
I mean, if he just had a huge problem with it, you know what I'm saying? Or yeah, maybe he could pay me to stop it. Like if I'm making the same amount, if he could pay me the same amount to stop, you know.
So if he was a provider, you wouldn't stop OnlyFans.
He got to be a provider, like that's just a given. But
Yeah.
if you want me to do something extra, like give up my extra little income that I got coming in, you will have to cover that. You know what I'm saying? For me
Atari,
to
you
give it
ain't
up.
got but 5 subscribers. You ain't giving up a lot, girl.
Well, whatever it is, You're right.
I'm sorry, you is crazy.
My faithfuls.
I'm sorry.
Yes, yes.
Um, did you see Princella on Candace Owens the
You're
other
a
day?
mess. Can we talk about her haircut? Okay, go ahead. Not the high top. It
I
was.
don't.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Let me ask you a question. You wouldn't be willing to date women if they had the bag?
I would.
You would.
Gay for pay. No, just
I believe you too. I'm sorry.
304 culture winning. Okay, so Candace Owens and Priscilla, what you think about it? Or did you want my opinion on it? Or
Yeah, what's your opinion on it?
um, first of all, I was shocked that she was defending the women feminism. You know what I'm saying? After she has been like super pro men and super pro, like Priscilla to me has definitely turned red pill. You know what I'm saying? But I think that's where she fit in. At I think that's what she was supposed to be at first. But women, I feel like we're just the easy bag, to come up off of. Um, I think what she was saying was true. Like as far as the matriarchy and the patriarchy, it's like at the end of the day, it's men who are running stuff. You know what I'm saying? And they are the ones that's able to say, no, you're no longer able to get rid of your blood clot or whatever the case may be. So Priscilla was absolutely right about that. And Candace is a joke because Candace is literally a businesswoman. Candace is literally a mama. She's literally a wife. She's doing it all, but she wants to convince women that we can't do nothing but sit in the kitchen and make a man a sandwich. Candace is crazy and she's a hypocrite. So
What
that was
makes
the
her?
easy because she's telling women stop focusing on college and she went to college. She's telling women stop focusing on building businesses and working so much. You need to sit back and be a mama. But you run a podcast. I don't care if you're running your podcast at home or not. That's some attention that your kids is not getting from you. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't be out loud and
I
stuff.
actually think that that's a fair point because it kind of comes down to the Pearl argument, where Pearl was telling people women shouldn't vote, women shouldn't do this, that, and the third. But Pearl was doing those exact same things. So, to a certain degree, I feel like Candace is kind of on that same time. Do as I say, not as I do.
Period. There you go.
Candace is married with a husband, absolutely,
A white
but
man.
um yeah, Candace is with her white king, but it's like she's telling women that they should be focused more on learn how to cook clean, take care of a house, take care of a man and stuff like that. And I'm not saying that she doesn't know how to do those things, but
Well, she
she's
has
a
a
working
nanny.
woman
She said she has a nanny and she was having a hard time finding a 25-year-old
to
nanny who knew how to
cook
make
a box of
macaroni.
macaroni and
Yeah, but why
cheese.
you ain't why this woman can poison your kids? This woman can sleep with your husband. Like why? Like you need to get your butt off the internet and go be the wife that you trying to tell everybody else to be. Hypocrite. So it was easy for Priscilla to read her. It was easy for I think everybody that got up there did a good job reading Candace Owens her rights.
I got kind of tired of it after one of the girls got up there and was just going in, and she wouldn't let her answer the question. The girl actually had good points, but it was like you won't even let her answer the questions to get her thought process in. You know what I'm
I
saying?
would have
I
did the
really
same
wanted to see
thing
that.
because you don't have a lot of time to talk before the people vote you. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a dumb concept because you never
It
can really
is.
have the full. You can't have the full conversation. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, nah, let me get my stuff off because anyway, Candace always wasn't talking about nothing, so she did right to over talk her.
I won't say that Candace one didn't do well. I think she did well with most people. I actually think Princella won aspects of their round. But overall, if you doing over talking, if you feel like you got a good point, then you can allow somebody to
I
just get
don't
the
have
point off.
time. I don't have time.
I
They
I
just said,
know, but it makes the conversation way more chaotic. And it was like you remember when Princella went on Saint Center.
yeah. Oh, he did so good. Yes, Satan the Sinner. He read her rights. I was so happy.
I'm tripping that you
He talking about
are
how you a married
hearing.
woman.
Well, I'm tripping on you. you rooting for him versus you rooting for her, because he hates every
Priscilla is a
aspect of your
traitor. She is a
ideology.
fraud. She literally put on wigs and makeup pretending like she was not a stud to come in and get black women to buy her programs and stuff like that. And now finally that she been exposed, she trying to wear her haircuts. But when she talked to Candace Owens, I guess she wanted to cosplay a woman and not a stud, and she put a wig on. Like, she's so confused. I feel so sorry for her audience. It's sad.
You feel sorry for her audience?
I do. Like, they can't get off the arc. They brainwashed at this point.
That is insane. You was like her biggest fan.
I really was, but thank God for Shira 7. You know the truth. You always
Let
go
me
back.
ask you a question. You Because it's interesting to me to like follow up behind like another woman, especially at like a certain age or whatever. You don't feel like that's kind of weird? Because I wouldn't be I feel like there's nothing wrong with getting wisdom from whomever, but I wouldn't be walking around quoting them. Why you be quoting her like that?
Yeah, because she's the truth, and I feel like every woman needs to hear it. Like, I play it for my clients, I play it for so many people, and they just like, thank you so much for introducing me to her. Like, she has opened my eyes to so much. I feel like, especially the
Mm.
women who used to really, really believe in love and fairy tales, stuff like that. I was one of them women. Like, I played with dolls. I watched the stupid Disney movies and stuff like that, and to keep getting confused about why men are doing this and this, that, and third, and for Shira 7 to break it down, like, they can't they're never going to change. They're always going to be these men, so just go after the money. It has made life so much easier and so much more, abundant.
Has it made life more abundant for you?
Beautiful. Like, I'm so thankful. Like,
Or
I don't even
you
know how I
said
would
you got a
survive.
little friend. Are you in a situationship?
Absolutely.
You in a situationship?
Yeah, but I mean, I'm single and to marry, so I'm not turning down any other providers.
Oh, oh.
Holla at me. No, I'm saying.
Atari.
Yes.
I want to drop the link and let one person come up at a time.
Thank you.
Baby, I'm exhausted. I don't even
Don't
know
be
what to say.
exhausted. This was fun. We gotta do this
Child, you
again.
make
When we
me
gonna do this
tired.
again? I'm the new
Girl,
concrete. No, just playing.
girl, don't do it.
Okay.
Girl, that's my baby. That is my baby. We just had we went on a double date this weekend. It was so much fun.
Oh,
Hmm.
the wives.
So I dropped the link in the chat for this is for the ladies. Only if the ladies want to. Well, Atari, do you want the men's to come
Of
up?
course, bring the dusties up.
Girl, why gotta be
I'm
dusties?
just
These
playing, girl. I'm
could
just
be your
messing with you.
future providers.
Okay, let me be nice.
Yeah, so I dropped the link in the chat in case any of you ladies would like to come up, get you a little question out, and yeah. Atari, you don't care about your situationship messing with nobody?
I use protection.
Okay. 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 Mm. What happened to your husband?
It was.
All three of them.
Well, the first one died. The second one was a player, and the third one is kind of my situationship.
Oh, you just be calling them husband?
You know,
Oh, so
that's
you really want to be married bad?
absolutely not.
Yes, you do. If you calling niggas your husband, why?
It's just a night. It's just something to make them feel good.
Oh, it don't make you feel good because you be saying it on here. I don't know if they can hear you on here.
Submission is paid for.
What the hell does that mean?
I'm just saying, like, you like, being nice and being sweet and stuff like that to a man, that, like, when he's providing stuff like that, that's when you can be doing all that. Oh, you my baby. Oh, you hubby. You this, you that.
No, I don't feel like you gotta call him hubby if he ain't, especially if you don't want to be, if marriage is not valuable to you.
But it's valuable to men.
Marriage is more valuable to men.
Absolutely, it is.
I think marriage is valuable to men. I think
Absolutely.
divorce is valuable to women though.
Yeah, they can run away.
Ugh, Let me shout out MOT. MOT said, pick me's cosplay as decent women around sexless men. These same pick me's are enjoying the same infinity cucumber the other women are. Atari,
For how much?
is your situationship like, why are you in a situationship?
Yeah, he's like taking care of everything, like all of my bills and stuff like that.
Okay.
Makes life
And
extremely easy for me.
okay. 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 Um, do you think he's gonna ever want to be with you, like, seriously?
Yeah, he definitely wants to, for facts.
And he's been doing it for a year,
Yeah,
and he ain't made no move yet.
he has. I mean, it's just a decision that I would have to make.
Atari, a man paying your bills and trying to take care of you, and you having to make a decision. What you trying to decide between?
You never know if the highest bidder gonna be right around the corner. I mean, somebody else that can do better.
My audience says cap, and I say
Oh.
cap too. Uh, Atari,
Hmm.
Shira 7. Does Shira 7 tell women to deal with situationships, to deal in situationships?
No, she really wants you to go after what she got. You know what I'm saying? I think everybody is gonna be preaching from their perspective. You know what I'm saying? So I think because she was able to get James, and James is this amazing provider. James actually left his wife to be with Shira and marry her and stuff like that. So yeah, that's what she wants. She's like, hold out till you get the full commitment of a lifetime of providing. Don't just do it for a purse. Don't just do it for this. Don't just do it for that. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely what she's saying.
You don't feel like situationships are a bit demeaning?
The meaning to who? Like, yeah,
Well,
if it's a friends with benefits and you just goosing him just to sleep with him just to get your rocks off, then that's silly. But if you financially good, or he's relieving from some financial pressures, then yeah, that's beautiful.
so it only counts for something if there's money involved.
Absolutely. If it
Okay.
don't make dollars, it don't make sense.
Ooh, yeah, yay. Well, because I look at it and I'm like, you can get money from anybody, right?
Yeah, you can go to work. You can work your fingers down to a bone
I'm
for the
saying you can
for the
get money from a
boss.
lot of different men, though, right?
Can I? No, I don't think so. Like
You
it's
don't think you can get money from a lot of different men?
no.
Why?
I mean, I don't know the reason why, but it's like whenever the opportunity presents itself, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that every single man is just a trick, or I think it's a rare find, you know what I'm saying? Like, even old men can be like, I'm not fit to give up no money, I'm not fit to be tricking or whatever case may be. So, it's just all about you having your standards. You gonna run across 1,000 men who want to just sleep with you and who just want to do this. But if you are not just to give yourself to anybody, or you're not fit to pay attention, give anybody your time and attention, unless they gonna give you some money, then you just hold out for the type of people that you want to be around. So, but no, I don't think it's like, shoot, women to be straight there. You know what I'm saying? Like, if every single man was onto this, I think I think it's a rare find. But it's worth the wait.
E. Um, E. My audience asked, do you love your guy friend?
Well, the Bible says love everybody, like love
No,
your
no, no. Do
neighbors.
you love him?
I love everybody, like the Bible speaks of.
You be calling, do you be calling him broke, dusty, da 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 da?
He's not broke or dusty. I would not be talking to him or considering him a friend of any sort. So, no, that's not the thing. But absolutely,
Do you
yeah,
love him in like a relationship sense?
huh, I love everybody. That's all I can say.
So you don't love him. Damn, you got quiet.
I
Is he
answered
right
the
there?
question 1,000
Is he right
times.
there?
Huh? No.
Is, oh, thank God. Don't let him listen to this interview.
No. But it's so funny when Shira 7 be talking her stuff, and her husband be right up in there. or knocking on the door or something. It'd be so funny. Like, dang.
Well, I would say, I think with the situationships, you definitely have to be careful because I think you're gonna still end up developing feelings. Like if you lost,
Absolutely not. I can't develop feelings for a man. Like, them days is over. It's impossible.
so a man did you that wrong to where you can't develop feelings for men, other men no more.
It's just a choice.
Yeah, because men did you wrong.
I mean, everybody been done wrong.
Yeah, everybody been
Hey,
done
you
wrong, and
been
then
done wrong, right? You been
hold
cheated.
on, hold on, hold on. I
Okay,
got one better for you. I've been
okay,
done right.
right. That's true. I've been done right
So
too.
being that I've been done wrong before and I've been done right before, I
So
don't
even
just
though,
lean toward one side and
right.
say,
So, but even
since
though
I've
you,
been done wrong, I would never do this again. You know what
right.
I'm
So,
saying?
but even though you have been done wrong, your choice was to still get back out there and love, right? You could have made the choice to not fall in love with nobody else, right? But your
Yeah, I
choice
could
was,
have.
I'm gonna try it again.
Yeah.
So that's
Like
not
yeah,
my choice. So it's just a choice. I can easily just, oh my gosh, I'm so in love with this person. I can easily do that, but I'm choosing not to do that, not this lifetime.
because you scared.
I don't know if it's scary. I just want to be money focused. I want to be focused on make sure this person provides. I don't want to
You sound
hear.
scary as hell. You
That's
sound
fine, but I don't.
frightening.
I don't want to be having sympathy for this person if they're like, oh, I don't have it right now. I want to be able to be like, okay, well now we can't talk no more. You know what I'm saying?
Welcome to the stage. Hi, Leo.
What's going on, guys? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. What's your question
Hello.
for Atari?
I got a question for Atari. Because I've seen this a lot. And I know Shira said in her content, and I know that they teach women that basically go for guys that got money and stuff. But what about like a connection, like a vibe, like making sure you and the person really clicks? Because a lot of the times, what I see is like even if the woman actually gets that guy, so if they get the guy with money, they are secretly miserable because they don't really like the guy. And then they have to do all these things to cope with being stuck in that situation because they're basically with a guy they don't want to have sex with, they don't want to be intimate with, they don't really like, they don't bond with. So, do you do she ever talk about being in situations like that, or does she only talk about living a lavish lifestyle and all that?
Yeah, but to answer the question, I feel like um that's like a fear mongering question. You know what I'm saying? That is assuming that women who get with broke guys or women who don't require anything or women who do require a connection or whatever case may be, like the guy is going to treat her right. You know what I'm saying? So even though she's going after the money, the guy can still not be nice to her, even though she's dealing with a broke dude who don't do nothing for her. You know what I'm saying? That dude still can be doing her dirty and cheating on her and stuff like that too. So we can't assume just because the man is providing for her that she's in a horrible situation that she don't want to be in. It's a lot of women who was with men and they are in sexless marriages. The woman didn't go after his money. She just got tired of him doing her wrong, but she's decided to stay in the marriage. But and there's no money involved. She's just tired of him. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no connection there no more. So
But do you think that Shira and James have a connection, Atari?
I don't think so.
See, that's what I mean. And so, how do you know like Shira is not like secretly miserable?
So
Because
that's what I'm
I see that a lot of women they do that. They kind of put it on for the
women are
gram.
with broke men and they're miserable.
No, I'm sorry. I'm talking about women will stunt like because they got married and they got a rich husband that
Yep,
they live in
that's
their
true.
best life and they happy,
Have
but
you seen the couple
secretly
goals? The woman is not even a gold digger, but they'll post couples gold on Instagram. Next thing you know, these people done unalived each other. So everybody stunts and stuff for the internet. Everybody is living the best life on the internet, men and women. So to say that she's miserable, she looks very happy. She has a large following. She can look like she can go shopping wherever she wants. You know what I'm saying? Her girls and stuff look happy. So I think a lot of people who don't like to give women money, they will assume that this woman is miserable because this man is taking care of her. But assume that a woman who's dating a broke dude who can't do nothing for her, oh, she just jolly as can be. She could
You
be
know what
even
it
more
is?
miserable.
You know what it is? It seems like she stays with a person that she doesn't really want to be with. Um, it's almost like you didn't convince yourself that there's nothing else out there. You ain't gonna do no better. You know, you've convinced yourself that you don't have to have love and or a connection with a person. It's just about the money, getting to the money, getting to the bag. But um the thing that I feel like people kind of negate, there are real relationships where you can be happy and have a connection, and y'all don't have to be rich, y'all could do all right. And I don't feel like there's anything wrong with that. I think most people trying to, I want to be, get to the bag, I want to live this lifestyle, but most of it is just the flex. It really don't mean shit.
Yeah, and the same thing with the man who's not doing nothing for the woman. Like it could be a broke couple, but they probably can go put on a cute little matching outfit, and they got thousands of likes, and people like, oh my gosh, this is such a wonderful couple. And then when stuff really hit the fan, you find out that this woman was miserable in this situation. There are women who stayed in situations for years and come out, oh, I was abused, I was verbally abused, and she was not a gold digger. She was a perfect woman to the man, but and she was
Uh,
miserable. She stayed living in
Atari.
misery. Uh huh.
Okay, Atari. I think like that's like a very pessimistic view because it's like you're pretty much saying that the
Y'all
man is
pessimistic when
always
it comes to the
no,
gold
but
diggers.
it's
Y'all
like you're saying
pessimistic when
that
it
the
comes to the
man
gold.
is
Y'all
always gonna,
pessimistic.
like
Yeah.
you're saying the man is always gonna cheat and the relationship
You
is
think
always
that
gonna
about
be
provider
trash.
men. You think that about
No,
provider men.
but you're saying so if it's always gonna be that way, then you might as well get paid for being in that
Facts.
type of situation.
Facts. Facts.
But that's like a very pessimistic view. That's what I'm saying. Like
But it's a
it
very
won't
true
lead
view. Do
anywhere.
you believe that most men cheat? I'm not gonna say all, but most.
I do think men cheat. I don't know about
There you go.
most.
So why have the woman sitting around her giving her heart and her soul to this person? She get cheated on, and then her whole world is messed up. When she could have just known 9 times out of 10, this man is going to cheat on me,
Polls show
but he's
that it's
providing for me.
50-50, or like almost half women cheat too.
Yeah, it's like so. I mean that's something that like I know some people can work through. I mean, me personally, I can't, but some people can get through that. But even then, there are some people to where cheating isn't the reason why they didn't work out. And sometimes it's just they grew apart or something. But like to me, I feel like that is like a crucial part of a relationship kind of being fulfilling and happy. It's like you really genuinely like this person. To me, if I'm just in it for a bag, like after you, because I've seen this, after you went on all the trips, you got all the Gucci bags, the Prada bags, and all of that, they still be kind of craving intimacy and affection and love, or like a friendship or a bond. So that's what I'm saying. It's like I think they don't really think about it until they're in the situation, and it's just kind of like too late.
Atari, have you ever heard of Coach Anwar?
No,
I want you to start checking him out too.
is he managed for a red pill?
No,
What are he talking about?
dating and relationships.
As far as the woman should go after the money.
Um, he talks about aspects of money, but he also talks about aspects of finding dudes that will treat you right and that
I mean, the
and
money,
really
you paying all
respect
my bills,
you.
that's treating me right. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm not interested in like a
Nah,
real.
you
I
you,
would
you
never be
but
interested. I'm never gonna be interested in a real relationship like that.
So
So
okay, sorry, I got a question.
wait. When did that mindset develop?
probably when I started watching Shira.
Really?
Yes, when she said like get rid of all of you. I mean, stop. Having emotions and stuff like that. But as far as all of the love that you want to pour into a man, pour it into yourself, or pour it into your children, or pour it into your pet, pour it into your friends. Have those type of connections and stuff in life. But when it comes to a man, you need to get your bag and don't play about it. Strictly business.
Wow. Leo, you have any final thoughts?
Uh, I just think that like that is bad advice. I think that'll make a lot of women kind of pursue relationships for like in marriage for like shallow reasons, and then even if they get what they want, they're gonna realize that there's more to it than that, and then they're gonna be stuck in a situation and miserable anyway. So I kind of think they really should to kind of like think about it and ask themselves, what do they really want? Do you just want the bag, or do you want, like a partner, a mate, a helpmate, a husband? Like you might as well just say you want a walking ATM at that.
Facts,
So
facts. I agree with that.
That's all I got. But thanks for having me because I can't stay for too long. And I'm enjoying the conversation. So shout out to both of y'all.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Leah.
you.
Really appreciate you coming through. Atari,
Yes.
what are your plans for the future?
To just wake up every day and enjoy life. Hopefully, I wake up in perfect health. Hopefully, I still have this body so I can show it off at 60 and 70. Just enjoy life. Live the American dream.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a lot of well wishes for you. I hope you find what you're looking for, and I hope you stay safe.
Thank you for having me. Can I
Thank you
review
so
this?
much. Absolutely. Just don't tell that man, girl. Don't let him see this.
Okay, I'm not. He barely speak English anyway. Okay.
Girl, bye.
Bye.
Shout out to Dr. Steele. A rich man is not always a godly man. Um, yeah, that's a word. That is an absolute word. We all wish Atari the best of luck, child. Anywho, well, what happened, child? She's actually going live on her channel. I forgot to tell her to drop her link, but she is at Sweet Life of Atari, all one word. So if you go search for her, you can definitely find her. But shout out to all of you guys who came through. I really, really appreciate it. And a huge shout out to Atari. So I gotta go eat and get ready because I gotta go. I actually gotta go to work. She said he barely speak. Child, Atari be clowning. We don't know, child. Anywho, but huge shout out to you guys. I wonder if she got a guy from the gas station. Anywho, um, Chaos, why do you always do this? Chaos, why you always come up when you see him
Yeah,
in the show?
my question, what she's going, but I was not interested. Sister George, I looked her up. Okay, you put it on the tag, the at her channel exists. When I was trying to look her up, it doesn't pop
Yeah.
up. It doesn't pop up on YouTube. When I put
Curlin just posted her link in the chat.
he might have posted again because when I came in the chat room, it was
He literally just posted her link in the chat.
just now.
Yeah.
Let me check. Let me scroll down. Okay. All right. This is an interesting show. I think she was still doing content, but you know how it is. How some ladies are, if she has a side dude and the dude's doing what she orders him do, then it's all good. I mean, think about it. These are the men that they'll pay for the BBLs, they'll pay for the lifestyle because they have no options. If you have like that and you're just only picking one woman and you just give her money, I question a man's options regardless of his age, especially a guy like that. But hey, this is the United States. Most non-black men are more suckers than black men. If there are a black man that does this still, he has to be very much an old nigga. You get me?
Yeah.
That's how I see that those dudes that will give her what she wants. Especially if she's still in Texas. Yeah, it's a good spot.
Are you willing to go give Atari what she wants?
She's 40 years old. No, if she
Why?
if she doesn't got it already at this point and she's up at that age, she's never going to get it. It's like this. The saying goes, women can never be satisfied. Says George. So when you ask her, is she going to get married? No, she's not, because she's getting something from some dude. There's always some man out there that will give her something. She'll take it.
All right, Chaos.
Yes,
Well,
that's
thank you
the
so
beautiful thing about Shira 7. She said, girl, get married, get the money. That is it. And I said, okay. And most of them will follow that to the day they hit the dirt. There was a saying go for Kevin Samuels. When one sugar baby asked Kevin Samuels this point question, you might not know this. She said, Kevin said, are you willing to do this as a career? She said, yes. I said, there is no lifetime career being sugar baby all of a sudden. And she got mad as hell, and Kevin just hung up the phone. And after that, she reported that video to YouTube to Kevin, and Kevin had to give a response to that. I'd say women don't like the truth. What is? All right, guys. Thank you. Thank you, Shits George. And let the girls ring.
I be speechless. I don't be knowing what to say. All right. Well, anywho, thank you guys so much for coming through. I really, really appreciate it. Stay tuned for more great interviews and more conversations. All right, y'all. I'm out. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.